Maybe that. Maybe. Okay. So we got audio now. Let's see. Let's make sure because, like I said, I don't want to have any feedback. So let me just make sure that I don't have feedback. Let's make sure because, like I said, I don't want to have any feedback. So let me just make sure that I don't have feedback. I think I'm picking up. Let's make sure because, like I said, I don't want to have any feedback. So let me just make sure that I don't have feedback. I think I'm picking up. Okay. So let's add some filters. Okay. So let's add some filters. Hopefully that sounds better. Okay, let's add a compressor. Let's add. Okay. Okay, that should be better. Yeah, that should be much better. Okay, that should be better. Yeah, that should be much better. Okay, that should be better. Let's add another filter. Uh, let's try that one. Oh yeah, that's 10 times better. Much better. Okay, so let's go. Let's go in here and edit some of these filters. This here a little bit. Okay, that should be a lot better. Let's make sure that our audio is high enough so that you guys can hear it. Make sure that that's better. That's better. All right, so we've eliminated most of the feedback from the room, and we are. I think we're doing pretty good so far. Please I keep getting this error and I don't know what to do with it. Uh, there's an option and I'm overlooking. Yeah, I don't really know how to set this up. Something that I probably have to look into. I think there's something that I have to look into to get this thing right. But for now, let's just move on with this video. I want to get this over with. So, I got a couple repairs here. A lot of repairs on my desk. We're not going to worry about those. We're mostly going to focus on this Nintendo Switch that I have in for repair. Okay, so here's this Nintendo Switch, and I can see like my audio looks like it's choppy. Like when I move, it just feels kind of choppy. But it's okay. So here is this Nintendo Switch. First thing is first, let's plug it up and see what we get here. Oh yeah, this port is loose. I don't even want to be playing with it. So what I think is going on with this is the charging port is damaged. And the reason why I say that is it's showing 5 volt, but the port is so loose that I don't want to keep wiggling and cause more problems on the inside, maybe short something out. I don't want to. So I'm just going to simply take this apart and let's change this port out and fix this issue. The last one that you seen was it's over here. Is it this one? It's this one. Yeah, it's this one. So I still get the blue screen on it, so that hasn't changed. See if I can show you guys that. So I thought it was dead, but what happened was I didn't reconnect back up everything. So that's why I thought it was completely dead, but it's not. It still does blue screen. See it, I think. Oh, that one maybe. Oh, we don't have the screen connector connected up, but trust me when I say that it still does blue screen, and that's it. So I'm not going to keep on messing with that. But I hear like some kind of feedback over here. Not sure. Let's make sure that we're not getting some kind of weird feedback again. Okay, so no, there's none. All right, so let's continue. Let's finish just taking this apart. Now, like I showed you the last time, there's really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws to take out of here. This screw's already gone. This is already broken off. Okay. This thing looks like a wreck. So I'm gonna try to get it at least power up to charge, and we'll see what happens. But it's pretty rough. I could go ahead. Oh, so what did I say? 5, 6, so 10 screws to get this back off. Okay. I have to remember to put all my tools back because I'm starting to get that bad habit again of leaving everything all over the place, and I don't want to get back into that rotation. I'm trying to stay organized. If you guys have any ideas how to be a little bit more organized, please share in the comment below. I'm really trying because I do know that it does help with workflow. The more organized, I've never been organized, but I keep on trying though. For as long as I've been repairing devices, I've always tried to organize and it never works out, but doesn't mean I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna keep on trying. Okay, so we have the back off. 30. All right, let's take this metal plate off. I'm not showing you guys all this because, like I said, I figured most of you guys already know how to do basic stuff. If not, I probably have video teared out. something that you're interested in, go ahead. Check my video. If I have a teardown video or not, you can leave a comment below and request one. If I got time, I'm always taking these things apart anyway. I'll just record a video. Not that big. I can record a quick step-by-step. But that's trying to learn how to repair these. Take it apart. You know, they don't even repair it, but they want to see what's going on inside. Is something that to try and fix it at your own risk. Blame me. But I can get you the basic. Okay, so we have that all. Okay. And it looks like there's a lot right here in this area. I can see. Okay, and let's look underneath the microscope and let's see what we have here. Let's disconnect it. And I did get a new camera, so the quality's a little bit than what it was before. Okay, plugged out, plugged in. Whoa. Are we gonna get white balance here? No. Let's turn this light down. Getting white balance. That's as low as it goes. But that's still good. See what's going on. Disconnected the battery. Just good. Cause any problems with that part. Okay, and then our board holder. We're gonna charge up our blower here. Kind of blow. So I'm just gonna look at these pins and see if I see any, which I didn't think I would. But inside this port, I'd have to take it off my desk. But like I said, regardless, when I plug the charger up, I'm gonna connect up the battery again, plug my charger up, and I need to label these also so I know what port to just, I can just pick my head up and look. So it's getting 5 volts, but it's taking no charge. But you can hear that sound. And I don't think it's supposed to do. Oh, wait. What? Okay, yeah, let's first just change that charging port out. And after we've changed the charging port, we'll go ahead and see if start getting charged. If not, then we'll look around and see what else could be bad or could be going wrong. Because I'm getting no charge from my charger. Charging port looks okay, but when I shake it back and forth, it's making some weird noises. I mean, we could simply, you know what, let's test the battery. Let's go ahead and test it. I think this multimeter can be hooked up to the computer also. So maybe in the future, that's what I'll do. So my battery's saying it's dead. Okay, so my battery looks like it's completely dead. There's nothing at all. There's nothing on the battery. So let's first go ahead, jump this battery. Okay. And then we'll kind of test the port and see. But let's just jump this battery first. Okay, and let's see where we're at now. Battery. Okay, we got 0.8. And then we're going to try to charge it up again and see what happens. Okay. So we have it plugged up and we're getting nothing from the charging port. It's not pulling anything. The charging port is not doing anything at all. Okay. If we plug up our 12-volt charger, still only getting 5-volt on the 12-volt charger. There's no short in the port though, so yeah, no, there's definitely something going on. Okay, so let's just continue to tear this thing apart, and we'll go from there. And when I take this one apart, I am going to look on the other side of the board again, because remember, I have one here that the controller won't sync. Which doesn't even show that it's connected up when I plug it up to the dock on the side of the controller. It doesn't show that, hey, you connected up with the controller. You try to think it's nothing. So I'm not, super smart about these things. So I don't really know where to go except for looking around. Fine. Then maybe if I can find it, then I can try to solve it. I did see a few components that I thought, okay, maybe solder back on. But after looking at a few boards, I realized that those are just empty spots on the board. So they don't need to be, but something is not right still because that controller up and controller sync to the console. All right. Let's connect these. Trying to include you guys in what I'm trying to do. Now these clips are very easy to break. That's what I see the most is when those clips break, people just kind of give up on the repair. Because especially if it's like a kind of deal, they give up because they're thinking like it's done for. There's no coming back. And I felt that same way first time, maybe even like the second or third time that I repair like this. Like, oh man, it's done. And usually you still can find replacement parts. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna start it. Oh, there's one right. I don't know. Wrong. Put it over. Yeah, my desk is starting to get messy again, so I'll have to go through and clean out. Okay, and there we go. We the board out of the house. Okay, and so my issue is if I turn this over, so maybe something on the side of the board is damaged. Somewhat of a controller for it, because if I look right here on this side, maybe something is going on with that. So that's something I can look into on the other board. But for now, go ahead and let's get this port out. Oh, wow. So the last time the setup that we used for moving the port was a little bit different, or for that chip. So let's maybe so can probably just let's see if this will work. Make sure that it's on there firm and it's not going to just fall off. But once it gets heated up, what I've noticed is kind of get like the board gets loose and it kind of wants to fall off. So temperature, okay. Gonna heat until it just comes loose. Okay. Turn on our fuel extractor, and this might be the sound. Okay. So I attempt to get in and get out real fast, and not the board heat up. Okay. There we go. We've removed that. Oh, you guys can't even see that. All right, so we have removed it. It's kind of hard showing it when it's happening, but so let's put some. You know what? Let's clean up those holes first, and then we'll go on. So let's heat this up, and then we'll clean up those holes that have solder in them. Shouldn't be that bad. Let's put a different tip on this soldering iron. Yeah, this bigger tip will definitely help. Definitely help. So we'll lower the temperature on the solder that's here. And we'll clean up and I don't need to replace all of it, but might as well. Oh, iron is not on. like that. And I'm gonna come back in with the wig, and I'm gonna wake up as much as I can, and then the rest I'll come back in with. Like that one is giving me a lot of issues. So what I'm gonna do. Okay, so we'll come back with, we'll clean up all of those other ones. As soon as that iron, which it looks like it might be, but let's just try one more time, see if we can get the rest of the solder out. If we can't, then we will definitely use our tool to get it all out. Nope. So that's not getting cleared out. All right, so what we'll do, we'll clean up a little bit, which I don't think all my little bottles I end up taking out of here. That I have all. That one is nice and get this one cleaned up. So you'll see that in a few seconds. It only takes a few seconds for me to clean it up. And here we go. So what I do, I can't do it because I have obstacles in my way. Ah. Got a lot of stuff in it. Still having issues cleaning it. Wow, that's hot. I didn't want it to fall on me. Seen that? I jumped back. All right, let's clean all of this. And let's try it again. So I did clear that one. Clear all the others out. So I'm gonna tilt it to the side because of the hand. Oh. I'm not getting those out. Okay, so let's just add some more solder to those ones, and then we'll try to suction them out once they've been filled up, because I don't think it's making good contact with them. So like that. And now let's try this again and see if we get this stuff out. Like I said, you don't have one of these. You can just simply start out, get all it cleared out. Okay. So because I'm having a time with just that little piece right there, let's try to use some and our soldering iron and get those out. So that's also another way you can do it. Of course. Nothing shall work. All right. Let's take it off the board because the board holding. I don't even know. Okay. That's pretty. That's okay. Okay. That's pretty okay. From where I'm sitting, that's really okay. That can work still. Okay. Because regardless, we have to get the board up again in order to replace the port. Not trying to go too crazy with it. And the port didn't extremely bad. It's just when I wiggled it sounded like something was sparking. It just kept making a sound, and I said, you know what? Let me just change it. Even though that might not be the issue with it, let's just start there and work from there, because it could be the M9 chip. The because usually if the port is, then you turn to the M9 chip. But let's find out. Okay, that looks decent. Give it one more wipe down. And just be careful because this board, where the charging port goes, that's like the thinnest part of the. Okay. All right, so let's put this board back in the holder. Tighten up the holder on it. And let's get our new port. Nintendo. Okay. And here's our new port. That's gonna go. Okay. So as you can tell, it just kind of fits in place already. So first thing is first, put solder down. See, that's what I meant by it kind of, even though you got it secured in at first, it just slowly slip out. That's just a little plastic goes there. That's okay. All right. So now on actual charging port, I do the same thing. I flip it over, and then on the back side of the charging port, all of these pins. Make sure that they're beefed up. Like that. So for this one, I can fix later on if I want to. Like once it's on the board, you can always clear like something like this. But I'll just go ahead and clear it now. That way I don't. Okay. So that's good enough for me. Okay. And my flux that's there is all burnt up. If it's not burnt up, then we won't replace it. We'll just slide the port in. Yep, it looks pretty good. I don't see any brown. So I think that's good. But now I don't have to come in with that high temperature anymore. Okay, because I've already put a lower solder on. So you know what, we'll put this on camera also so you guys can see at what point I put this port on. Okay. and it is going to take a little bit longer. I need to up the temperature just a little bit more. And here we go. So we should start getting some quick action here. And there we go. We can see all those joints liquefying. You can see everything starts getting real shiny. That's what you want to see. Everything gets shiny. And then you just come in with your port, lay it down in place, press firmly down on it, and remove. Keep holding. You can still see some bubbling in there. Still see some bubbling. Here we go. We just seen that one just kind of changed. Okay. And if you want to, so right now I can just simply take it out of here and show you what I'm. So on this back side, if you notice anything that might not be soldered in properly, you can always come back and you can touch up this side, this back side back here, all of these pins. I'm not going to add any solder. I'm just going to simply touch them like that, just to make sure. And I'm going from kind of like really just touching them and going over on top of them. So it looks like I'm dragging the solder over the back and right back over. Like that. See? So I just slowly touch the back of the pin and just bring the solder over. Okay? But for the post, which is what's going to hold this in, you might need to add some more solder. So let's start on this back side over here and let's see what it looks like. Okay? So those are pretty good. You can see this one is fully covered. That one, pretty good. I don't have to thing, but go over them like that, just to make sure. And here, same thing. So first, we're going to put some flux down because most of the flux that's there is probably burnt up. So we just want to make sure we need solder on hand, just like that. If you're just learning, trust me, now it's not like I have the best solder, but does it work? Yes. And that's what's important. Is when you're finished with this job, does this work? Does the port hold up? Will it hold up? Or will within, as soon as you give it back to the customer, will it return? Can't say I've had too many returns on these ports, so, or most of the ports that I do, actually. And now you're probably wondering what happened to the other pins. The other pins also got connected up. That's why we put solder on that. So as you see, the back one kind of just connected up, so did those other ones. Those ones also make a connection. Okay. So now we'll get Q-tip and we'll clean up some more and we'll test. We're not going to fully assemble it. We're just going to clean up all of this stuff that's running down the side. more time, or maybe a few more times to get it looking really clean. Okay, so I'm gonna do back here first. That. So let's clean that up and come back with the dry side. Everything dry side. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's test this in the housing and let's see what happens. So here's the housing for it. Okay, let's switch over. We're not going to go too crazy with it. We're just going to connect up the cables that are necessary. And then we'll just test it and move on to the next repair because I have another repair to do. I'm not going to retitle this video. I'm just going to keep the title the same. Just like I said, how long is this video? So we're almost an hour in. I don't like to go too much longer than that, so maybe I'll end this video here because I don't like to go too much longer than a live video. I'm not going to do 2, 3, at least not yet. And it's not that I don't have repairs to record 2, 3 hour live do, but I prefer not to. Finish. Okay, and game reader. And if game reader or down, we'll go back to the M9. We'll place the M9 and should be the fix. Okay, plug up our battery, game card reader, everything to be placed. Okay, and let's see what happens. Okay, no more clicky sound. And okay, we're still not any charge. So we're still not pulling any charge. So the M9. Okay, so let's replace the M9 and should be good. But that point is definitely a little rough. Okay. I'm just double checking, make sure I leave out anything. But this thing looks like it's taking a lot of heat at some point or another. A lot of heat. You can see it on the fan. flux all the way. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. Trying to get over the fan. Okay, all right, we got it out. All right, so let's remove the M9 and place it, and that should be the last part. Okay, dot goes right there. Let's get a different M9. Whole bunch of M9 chips. I think I got a whole sleeve of them. I keep picking up the same chips over and over. Yeah, I think I found them. I think I found them. Yep, that's it. Okay, so let's remove this one and let's replace it with. Okay, so I was gonna put the board up, but we'll just leave it on the desk for now. I will just go ahead and looking for my box. Then I somewhere this corner's got to get covered up or something. I got to figure out something to do with that. Same thing. We're just gonna wait for it to get real shiny. And as I see a few of them shiny, I'll start moving this off. The mat might start lifting up a while. Find out. Here we go. And you could just simply drop the new M9 on there if you'd like. You don't really have to do much to it. Simply just drop the new M9. But I'm just going to clean up a little bit here. Board is still hot. And then once cleaning, like that, that's good. You can see it's starting to get brown, which means that my flux is burning, and I need to get that up before I put new flux and new solder down. So, quick cleaning here. But like I said, I got to do a real deep clean of it before I put it all back together. It's just a real quick cleaning. And you don't have, this doesn't have to clean. This doesn't. You don't even have to do all of this. If you quick repair on it, just simply just drop the new chip on and move on. You don't have to do it. And you're probably wondering, why didn't I test for a short? And I mean, I could have tested for a short. I just didn't see anything pulling any current from my meter. That's why I didn't test for a short. If I seen something that was pulling, but I'm not getting any charge, and I need to find out where that's going. But there's nothing. There was literally nothing coming from the chip at all, or from the charging port, I should say. I think that's good. You can see, I don't know what that is. Get that on. Okay. Let's put a little bit more flux down and drop this strip on. Actually, I don't like to put this chip on without adding some flux to some solder to it too. I don't have to add any to the ground pad, but everything I like to add a little bit of solder to, and that really the chip when it's being soldered. So the middle, it's just not a lot, but might as well get rid of it. There you go. That's good enough. Okay. So there's like very little everywhere. That's good enough. I believe that's orientation. Let's find out. If that's orientation, see the dot right here, and the dot is right pointing to the, that's good. Okay, so get our heat gun, and let's come on in up a little bit. Like that, pressing down firmly, just heating up everything. And it's like the charging port, we just let it sit for a few seconds and see what happens. Yeah, everything is turning back, like it's not shiny anymore. That's what you want to see. Everything not shiny anymore. Okay? Get my solder knife. Get that solder blob away. There. There. And over here. Okay? Looks good. And we'll clean up. And yes, you can, if you want to, go around and measure, check, you know, and that's if things don't work out here, then I will go back, checking, seeing what might be wrong. But for now, those are usually just the straightforward steps. Is check those first, you know, because you hope for a quick repair. It's not always like that, but if it does work out to be a quick repair like that, don't complain. Wait till as I'm looking at this now, look at that charging port. that charging port is not sitting properly. So I opened that whole thing, didn't realize that the charging port is not sitting properly. So now we have to put it back on this port holder, because that chip might have been fine and it was still a charging port. And I opened the whole thing. I don't know what made me look there, but I feel like I can't find a good board holder. Every time, I just can't. So I'm just going to use this side. Hopefully it works. Okay, good. It didn't twist. Okay, so let's try that again. That's better. Some of the plastic is melted, but it's okay. As long as it functions, that's what it won't fall apart. The port won't, break away. Little melt, not gonna hurt nothing. As long as the inside in here is not completely melted. So that's what you have to work on, melting the inside. Okay? Alright, so let's just see what happens. I think we need to cool this down a little bit before we start testing it like that. So here. Yeah, so we're not gonna do the second video live. I'm just gonna repair it. And maybe I'll record a video. Depends on how I feel. Okay? Look like we're getting some reaction. Connect up our. What happens? Let's see if we get charged. See if we're gonna get any charge from. And it doesn't seem like that. See what's going on. So I'm still not getting anything from it. I'm still just 5 volts, not putting anything for the battery. So maybe the actual battery chip. Let's see. This is when I start testing. Because I think we should have gotten something by now. I mean, Let's see at the volt on our battery. Let's make sure our battery some kind of charge and it just go out again. My battery's still saying 0, 0. Make sure that, oh, there we go. 1A. Have our voltage in our battery. Nope. Nope. 2.8. That's the battery voltage, but we're not getting any charging voltage. Not getting anything from the charger. Over here, we have 5 volts. Volts coming in, and then nothing over. Okay. So something is going on. We don't have our battery, our charging port voltage on the battery. We only have battery voltage, which is saying that not negotiating. It's not charging the battery. Battery's low. Okay, so we can move this chip over just a tad bit, and that should be good. This chip. So do that also. All these replacements were terrible. Let's see if it will help it just kind of sit in place. That's what I needed to do. I don't really want to push it in place. I want it to just kind of find its position on the board. Now it's not really going into the spot. See that? So when that starts happening, turn up the airflow and should get it to move in place. There we go. See what I can see. Turn up the Yep. So that did it. So now everything is in place where it's supposed to be. Wow. Wow. Record a video on both parts that I replaced. It's like the worst job I've ever Not true. Okay. Let's now try our best. And our charging port. And let's see if we're negotiating any kind of charge. Nope, still nothing from the battery. So let's try 12 volt. And a 12 volt also not engaging. It's just, there's nothing there. Yep, nothing there. Okay. Nothing, nothing, nothing. So that battery chip. Battery chip. Let me just check for any shorts. And to check for shorts, then I will just end this video here. Because I'm gonna, I'll just make a second part, but I will end. This. Okay, so I have a short. An entire port came back up. The whole port is not sitting on the port. Yep, I can see it from here. The whole thing lifted back up again. That's crazy. That's crazy. Thinking like the whole port is in place, but it's not. It keeps lifting up. I don't understand why it keeps lifting up. I'm soldering up here and it's melting. The port lifting the port up. Okay. I don't know if all the pins are even making a connection. We might have to replace this entire port. Okay. It's in. Okay, let's see what happens again. Okay, no short. Good. Yeah, it's still the same. It's not pulling anything. It's not doing anything at all. It's 0, 0, 0, 0. But now we have this charger is recognizing that it's plugged up, so that's good. But we're not negotiating 12 volts either, and we're not charging. So it's pulling no charge volt. So the battery chip needs to be replaced. Yep. So we're putting 5 volts in, but it's not negotiating with the battery chip. So we're gonna end this video here, and we'll continue the second part tomorrow, where I will change over that chip, and I'll show you guys that. Thanks for watching.